Hey guys, Hannah here, Life Purpose Queen, awakening you to your dreams. I am an intuitive healer and life purpose mentor. And today I'm talking about so much around this, the darkness that holds you down. You know when people talk about like sleep paralysis? Oh my God, how can I not pronounce that fucking word? Oh my God. Sleep paralysis. There we go. Thank you very much. Say hi when you join live, guys. Let me know you're here. I've come outside to talk about this darkness that holds you down when you feel like you cannot move, like physically, right? You know, when you're like sleeping and you know, you're kind of in that sleep-wake state, but you try and get up and you can't, and it's like literally like this sleep paralysis stuff, right? So I've had a client, hey Matthew, I had a client last week saying to me around, you know, like literally that they can't, you know, like they're like sleeping and then they'd wake up and then they just like, hey Olivia, they can't, like, you know, it was like they'd been held down, or it was like they felt this like dark entity or a demon type thing, like literally holding their hands and literally like with their hands, you know, together being tied up sort of thing. And whilst that stuff is real, the thing that I wanted to speak about here, and this is really, really important, right? Because yes, it's important, we need to do entity clearings and demons and all the dark stuff, right? The darkest of the dark, right? And I feel like I'm also going to share today as well about talking about the taboo stuff of pedophilia, like murderers, like the darkest of aspects of humanity. I feel like it's coming to surface again. So I'm really I'll share something a bit later about that. Hey Kylie. So because, you know, with the darkness and the demons and like, you know, like we're coming into Beltane at the moment. We're coming into, you know, like the veils are like thinner than usual. We've just had an intense full moon and it's like now everything is clearing out. So it's really windy here. Please tell me if it's too windy and you can't hear me. I'm kind of like hiding my earphones. So with this, like the darkness and holding down, like, yes, you need to check in with, you know, like past life stuff around being bound and gagged and, you know, and anything raped, all that sort of stuff. Like feels like that's coming up and out. Like there's a big clearing going on the planet. So the darkness, like all of that is being cleared out of humanity, out of human consciousness, right? We're shifting out another layer of that. Now, the thing that I felt called to talk about and share on this live stream, and the importance of talking about this, is because there can be a lot of, like, I say spiritual bypassing in a way, but it's almost, I don't know what the word is, human bypassing or physical reality bypassing. Like, let's just have a check-in here about this, right? So because what I actually picked up with this client is she also discovered that after so long she had a mold toxicity in her blood. Like there's some proper name for it, right? So there's a mold toxicity in her blood. Now, what I picked up, and then she, you know, is having all these sleep paralysis stuff, is that yes, we need to look at all that stuff, like I said. However, when we really look at on a vibrational scale of mold, especially, mold is like one of the, I guess, densest vibrations, you could say, of darkness on the planet. Okay, please let me know if you don't agree with that, right? And give me some love hearts if you do, right? If we really think about it on a vibrational scale, looking at mold and vibrational energy compared to, say, a lighter, say a healthy body, and then a not healthy body that is full of toxicity in any way, shape or form. Now I know I'm talking about mold, but we could be talking about parasites, we could be talking about like anything that is less than perfect health in the human body. Okay, so if we really look at it, you know, on that vibrational scale, on a physical level, right? Physical health body, and then like a non-healthy body, so a toxic physical body, yeah? And then we look at light, and then we look at dark, and we look at the vibrational scale. right? So as I said, whilst it's important, like, yes, you know, all those feelings and sensations of being held down and like you're being tied up by a demon or an entity, or, you know, like there's so much past life stuff that plays into that and what you're going through currently. Like, there's so many different aspects to that, okay? However, when your physical body is suffering that deep of toxicity, it's kind of like, well, almost like a no-brainer in a way to like, well, yeah, of course, like your body's going to be feeling that. It's going to feel like that because that dense of darkness of vibration is like, you know, your physical body can't actually move because it's that toxic, it's that black on the vibrational scale, it's that heavy, if you want to say it like that. And so we project this darkness out there to mean something, even to try and understand it even. And so we're projecting this mold, toxicity, this heaviness in our body out, and it feels like you're being held down, you're being tied up. Do you know what I mean? So whilst it's like I'm not saying like, you know, this is where I said, you know, like the past life stuff, it's all together, it's all plays a factor. But also when we're looking at physical toxicity in our bodies, it's like we need to really, like, you know, if we're like constantly clearing demons and entities and cutting cords, and well, they keep coming back and 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 this is why I'm like, you can't just cut cords willy-nilly. Like, you need to find out why it's there in the first place. Yes, we do shadow work, yes, there's all the spiritual stuff, but hey, why is your physical body still attracting this level of darkness as well? Right? If you're constantly feeling like you've got demons, entities, attachments, all that sort of thing, and yes, we must be doing the spiritual work, but if your physical body is full of toxicity as well, then on a vibrational scale of that darkness to light, it's going to have some sort of magnetic effect. And yes, we can do recoding and visualization and meditations, and like, you know, we must be doing that stuff as well to recode ourselves and all of that jazz, yes. But then it reaches a level where there's, you know, I say this in my private groups all the time, I'm like, there's only so much spiritual work you can do before you must take physical action as well. Yeah, it's not one or the other. It's not this way or that way. It's all of it. It's all on the vibrational scale, right? And I felt really called to come in and say that and talk about that, because when we looking, you know, it's like intuitive healing, holistic healing, we look at all of it. There's no separation between the light and the dark, but it's important, like if we are clearing out dark entities and spiritual attachments and all that sort of thing on a vibrational physical scale, why is that also keep coming back? Yes, we need to do shadow work, and then it's kind of like we get to a level of shadow work where it's like, oh right, we need to actually like fix the physical body to catch up vibrationally to where we're moving up the vibrational scale. Does that make sense? Let me know if this is making sense. Let me know if this is a message that you just needed to hear, right? Because we can get so stuck in doing the spiritual work. This is where we step into spiritual bypassing and, you know, like we're really disassociating from the heart and like forgetting that we are half, like, you know, we're both. We're physical and we're spiritual, right? So it's so important to really like have that holistic picture. It's like, yes, we need to do spiritual work, but there's also a physical feeling, you know, when we look at too, there's so much ear stuff. I'm going to come on do another live stream of just specifically about the ears. I'm so strong about ears lately. I feel like I'm talking to every client about ears as well. So the ears, the heart and the base are intrinsically connected. And the base is all about our physical reality, right? There's so many people talking on about, like, you know, life purpose. It's all base chakra, finances, physical reality, relationships in their life. Gosh, I want to come on and do a thing about all the chakras ultimately, because there's a lot of womb healing going on as well, right? Can you tell I'm like, my hair? Yeah, how timely. I'm so addicted and heavy from sugar and carbs now that I feel so awful, even though I'm taking other steps in my life. Yeah, and it is, it's both, right? Like we, as I say, you know, like we can't just do the spiritual work, we must be taking the physical action too. Now, I'm not saying to everybody go and do a massive detox, because you really need to be in a mental, and it's got to come from an intuitive space where like, okay, cool, I really need to do this physical detox now and get support with it, you know, or Earth My Reality takes you through those steps as well, my online course, Earth My Reality. So it's like, you know, when jelly beans were last week, not chocolate Easter eggs, but jelly beans, and so heavy that my energy from the spiritual work is even depleting. Yeah, and this is where, you know, like the toxicity in the blood, and, you know, just a general, you know, when we are eating crap all the time and parasites and stuff, I mean, like a spiritual entity and a demon, they are a parasite, right? And if you're getting people in your life where you are feeling drained, or they feel like, you know, you spend time with them, it's like, oh, you know, like, yes, you need to look at boundaries. Yes, you need to look at why you're attracting these people. Yes, you need to put, you know, boundaries in place and spiritual boundaries in place, and look at the part of you that won't say no. And then it's also like on a physical level, what is also depleting you, you know, like what foods are draining you, what is in your body that's taking all the nutrients, that's not letting your body get the nutrients, a parasite, right? So all of it is so important. So I felt really called to come on and share that with you guys, because it is the whole picture. And, you know, sleep paralysis and stuff, like I said, you know, it's that it feels like someone's tying you down, and as I said, it's like, yes, you need to look at that, but that projection of that is actually your physical body going, hey, I can't physically move, like, you need to do something about this, like, you know, hello, trying to wake you up, right? So it's the whole picture, yeah. And I just wanted to come on and share that with you guys. So thanks for joining live, guys. Yep. Yeah, it's not nice, you know, and it's like, it does take a level of readiness and willingness. It's not easy doing parasite cleanses. If you've never done it before, or you struggle to do them, get support. Like, I can't do it without support, you know, so it's something you need to know what you're doing. Every physical body is different, and it's really listening to your intuition about the timing, because if you're going through a huge life change, if you're in the midst of like changing your life in dramatic ways, it's kind of not the time to be doing a physical body cleanse as well, because enough chaotic change out there is also like contributing to, you know, like, you know what I mean, there's enough stress already. So just do one thing at a time, but always have in mind, it's like, okay, like, you know, a good thing to do when you're putting the food in your mouth, it's like, do I really need this food? Is my body actually needing this? Or have I got feelings that my heart is going on and I actually need to listen to my feelings? Or am I tired and I'm needing this like fix and I actually just need to have a sleep for half an hour? Like, you know, there's lots of ways you can check in around that as well. So hey, Margie. All right, thanks for joining live, guys. I see you guys joining earlier, and I said hi. Well, in my mind I did as well. I wasn't purposely ignoring you when I'm talking in flow. Maybe not now, then no, I wouldn't recommend it for you now, Shari, because I know what you're going through. So yeah. And trust your intuition. There's only 4 days left before the super early bird investment increases. So that will increase on Tuesday midnight Los Angeles time. So if you want the details of that, send me a private message, or you'll see me post about it as well. If you've got any questions about it, let me know. This is where you can have all the tools to remove entities and demons and all of that darkness, as well as making sure they don't come back, and what that is all about for yourself, and why you even attract that in the first place, why you are around people who drain you. If you're an empath, or you're highly sensitive or highly clairsentient, and you feel every single little thought that anyone is having around you or across the other side of the world, and you get floored by it, trust your intuition is how you don't get floored by it anymore, and how you can train yourself to not, plus understand why those people are in your life in the first place and what they are teaching you. And then if you wanted to, you can go on and gain your certification, my words this morning, your certification as an intuitive healer and life purpose activator. It's not something that you have to do, but you have access to that if you choose to do that after you've completed the course. Hey, Amanda. So Trust the Intuition is open, and super early bird closes on Tuesday night, so the investment increases. So I'll put the link in the comments here as well. Please send me a message if you've got any questions about it, or the certification, which means that you can jump for joy and you can turn your passion into your profit, leave the 9 to 5, and actually do what your heart and soul are calling you to do, because you do it anyway. I'm sure you attract people who come and tell you all their problems anyway, so you might as well be getting paid for it and actually do what your soul is calling you to do. So I shall see you guys soon. Have a beautiful weekend wherever you are in the world. Lots of love. Namaste.